What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Philly Phil. We won't be here long tonight because I have to go to work tomorrow. Yes, I'm working on Easter. Who do we have in here? How y'all doing? Hey, Philette for Life. What's going on? Queen the Queen. Great show the other night. You need to put that on your channel so we can all watch it. Do a premiere. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. 10 watching. Y'all better like my video. Like my video. All right, let me go ahead and get started. I want to listen. We was reading the court documents. Whew, and man, when I say they are something else, but we're gonna listen to a little bit of what Nancy Grace had to say. You know, Nancy Grace, honey, she don't hold back. Oh, you did? Well, I didn't see it, Queen the Queen. How did I miss it? Okay, my bad. I missed that. I'm sorry, honey. I will definitely go and check it out. How did I miss that? Yeah. What's that? Queen the Queen. What did you do it as a Puff Daddy in the shorts, videos? My BFF Detroit. Okay. Well, and I'm subscribed. Why didn't I get the notification? I'm subscribed, girl. I don't know why I didn't get it. Anywho, I'll check it out. My bad. Okay. All right. Let me get started. Like I said, I won't be here long. I want to listen to a little bit of Nancy Grace. She's talking about
what we are learning. The raids by the feds, by HSI, Homeland Security investigators, much of the PC probable cause was gleaned from multiple lawsuits filed against Combs. Now, that's not just from what we're learning. Combs' own lawyer spoke out in a very unfortunate statement for Combs. He never revealed.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Kizzy. Copyright disclaimer under the Copyright Act of 1976, YouTube. This is fair use for purposes such as teaching and learning and all of that good stuff. We're listening and we're going to give our opinion. We're listening to Nancy Grace. Nancy, girl, I like you. Don't strike me now. This is fair use. You put something on YouTube, you put a video and make it public, it can be reviewed. I learned that from UP.
Thinking prior to a trial. But the lawyer did. What are they saying? That all these victims are lying? I mean, think about it. No one wants to see the demise of a superstar. But are superstars to be held above the law? Because I say no.
Woohoo!
Again, I'm Nancy Grace. Thank you for being with us here on SiriusXM and at Crime Stories. First of all, this is what we know happened. Listen to Sydney Summer, Crime Online.
On Monday, large teams of law enforcement led by Homeland Security investigators raided 3 homes belonging to Sean Diddy Combs in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a sex trafficking investigation stemming from accusations leveled against Combs in 5 separate lawsuits brought against him. The latest suit, filed in February by music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, details frequent drug use, a shooting, and several accounts of sex assault while working with Combs on the Love album.
That's what we know right now, but there's more. And I can tell you this much.
PP, did you hear about the little white girl? I didn't know she was missing. I just saw that video. Is she not with her mom and daddy? I don't think he did anything to her. I'm going to say I don't think he did anything to her. I don't know. You know, people do the strangest things. I don't know why they let that little girl, I blame the parents.
Feds roll up in armored vehicles wearing Kevlar. That's not good for you. That's not good at all. We're hearing a lot of whining this morning by the defense about, oh, they messed up the inside of his house. Boo-hoo. Listen to Dave Mack, Crime Online.
In the 73-page document, Jones claims that Combs forced him to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts with them as Combs looked on. Jones also alleges the rapper threw parties
We read about that last night, child. That's a little raw. Ooh, child.
called freak-offs, during which underage girls and sex workers were given laced drinks and assaulted. Combs' son, Justin,
We're going to call them worker bees, and if worker bees, little sex worker bees. And if his son, why would he have his son participating in this? Why?
Stevie J, and associate Brendan Paul allegedly supplied the women and drugs for the party. The suit goes on to say that Combs
And Stevie J. Stevie J. Stevie J. That's all I can say is Stevie J.
says to major celebrities, athletes, and even British royals such as Prince Harry gave him and his followers legitimacy.
You're seeing the cover of Rolling Stone with Combs on the front of it in his then new album, No Way Out. It says he's the new king of hip hop. There you see, that's when he was going under the moniker Puff Daddy. With me.
You know what? Hold on. I want to get this picture. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. Puff Daddy, Puff Daddy. So Nancy Grace is giving her opinion on this. And y'all know Nancy don't hold back. She doesn't. She does not hold back. At all. I'm gonna do that like that. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm just this is live. This is live. This is live. This is live. Let me do something real quick. Hopefully this will go through real quick. Okay. Oh, I thought it went through. Okay. All right. Let me get back to Nancy.
All-star panel to make sense of what we know right now. But first, straight out to Kayla Brantley joining us, investigative reporter, dailymail.com. Kayla, thank you for being with us. Tell me what happened, because we saw simultaneous raids. A lot has been made of that. Hold on just a second, Kayla. Let me go to Nima Rahmani joining us, high-profile lawyer, and more importantly, former federal prosecutor, president of the West Coast Trial Lawyers Association, and author of Harvard to Hashtag. Nima, thank you for being with us. A lot has been made and a lot of whining and crying because there were multiple raids that went down simultaneously. Boo-hoo. The reason that happens is so when you get raided in LA, you can't call your peeps in Miami and go, quick, 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 hide 1, 2, 3, and 4, destroy 5, 6, 7, and 8, and P.S. run for the hills as if you had seen a monster. That's why it's got to be very carefully orchestrated and timed, very organized to go down at the same time for that very reason.
Well, Nancy, that's exactly right. And the raid in Los Angeles took place about a mile from where I'm sitting right now. I live close to Diddy's home. And, you know, I also know Aaron Dyer. I used to work with him. I respect him. But I think he's making that argument for the court of public opinion more than the courtroom. And you're right. There's 3 reasons why federal agents go in and they go aggressively. One, there's always a threat of violence. And Diddy reportedly has a lot of weapons, and this is a large
Hold
house.
on. Nima, look at your screen. You are seeing video that our friend Harvey Levin at TMZ gave us. They somehow managed to get in there and get video of Diddy's home, Combs' home, after the raid. And yeah, it looks like a storm hit it. Next. Go ahead, Nima.
This is par for the course. This is normal. Agents need to make sure that no one flees the jurisdiction. Evidence isn't destroyed. That's why the raids are executed simultaneously. When they are individuals are removed from the home, they're cuffed, they're detained. No one was arrested, but Diddy was treated just like any other criminal defendant or target of an investigation when these search warrants are executed.
Guys, what do you expect? The HSI Homeland.
And I know you guys have probably seen the pictures of, his home being raided and stuff, but when they go in, hey, they're not going in there to be nice. And he's been allegedly that, they were looking at sex trafficking, sex trafficking, little boys, little girls, just all kind of weird, freaky stuff. Those white parties were something else. Maybe it's just best to just go to work hard every day, not struggle, but hey, just live. If you have a big bankroll saved up, fine. But if you don't, hey, at least you're not out there doing no freaky, kinky stuff. Because these people here, it's like the rich and famous are just
security investigators to be the Minute Maid and clean up after a search. Yeah, that's not happening. Guys, in the last hours, a lot of whining and complaining and switching of tail and gnashing of teeth because the feds, quote, left a mess in Diddy's mansions. You know what? With multiple, somebody spent a lot of money on shoes. Guys, this is from TMZ. Whoa, hey, I'm taking all that straight to the bank. I'm putting that on eBay, and I'm making about $1 million. This is...
So, Nancy, they're showing pictures of Puffy's home and all the shoes and everything. Well, look at Puffy there. That was when he was on Rolling Stone magazine. And then his kids, he's known for how he dressed. Didn't he have he has a clothing line, or he had one. So he's known for that. Nancy Grace, she doesn't hold back, though. She doesn't hold back.
His home after the search. Hey, I'm really surprised all the clothes are still hanging on the racks. To me, that's preferential treatment, because on searches that I have been on and conducted, nothing is left unturned. Not a thing. Every pocket, every coat, every drawer, under every bed, furniture has to be dislodged. You've got to find out if there are secret compartments anywhere, because guess what? Very often there are. It's amazing what people will do to hide contraband or evidence. What evidence am I talking about? I'm talking about videos, potential videos of underage girls and boys.
Ooh, child. Nancy breaking it down. Yes, I'm gonna finish reading that. That was court document. They had Stevie J's picture in there, like doing this here. Like, I don't know what he was doing, but all I know is he was just like he was having a hard time trying to do something. It was just weird. It was weird. Yes, it was weird. Hey, A. Daniels, how you doing? Metro. Philly Phil, what's up? This Castaneda girl, how you doing? This is wow. Did you get a chance to watch and listen? People talking about P. Diddy's father related to the famous Frank Lucas. No, I hadn't heard nothing about that. I be late. I know y'all have probably heard all of this, but I be late because I be working, girl. I be busy. But I have not heard that. Just act like y'all ain't never heard what I'm talking about right now, okay? Act like y'all hearing it for the first time. This is breaking news. P. Diddy.
In the Middlesex Act. Now, number one, an underage child, some jurisdictions under 18, some under 16, some under 15, cannot consent to sex activity.
Nope.
So even if they appear to be willing in a video. Does anybody remember R. Kelly, for Pete's sake, where he urinated on a teen girl? Yes, that's not consensual. I don't care what she said at the time. Videos that could easily be hidden.
For the record, I never saw that video of R. Kelly. I don't want to watch no porn video with young kids. I never saw it. Don't want to see it. So I don't know what. I don't know. I never saw R. Kelly do anything because I never saw the video. Okay.
Even if they are in physical form, for all I know, they're just on a computer. That's why every computer, every laptop, every phone, every iPad, everything has to be seized. And you know what I'm waiting on? Nima Ramani, I'm waiting on that return. Explain, what is a return, Ramani?
So there's a search warrant and an application, and when the search warrant is executed, there's a return that's filed with the court, and it identifies all the property that's been seized. And like you said, Nancy, what they're looking for here is evidence of sex trafficking and the production of child pornography.
We're waiting on the return, what she said, so we can know everything they gathered, honey.
Reportedly, if you believe these civil lawsuits, not only were they sex acts, they were recorded. That's a crime, both in terms of the act and the recording. And we're talking about mandatory minimum sentences. So it's just probably going to be a matter of days before Diddy is indicted. An indictment is unsealed. So this is all going to become public.
Wait, let me see, Ramani. Put him up. Ramani. Again, you're reading like you sound.
Child, not the mama was a madam. You know these. Look at the basketball player, LeBron James' mama. She was something else, but I think she done calmed down. She was going with his friends and everything. Okay, let me play this.
Reading out of the Farmer's Almanac about the crop report for next year.
Me either.
Listen, Sean P. Combs.
Hey, April.
Has been targeted. Now, everybody keeps saying he's not the target. That's BS, because these are his homes on two sides of the country. The people at his home were put in handcuffs during the search, and that is SOP, standard operating procedure, so nobody gets shot. There's a lot of whining going on about that too. But in a home where you are looking for guns.
So pretty much she's saying that his sons were put in handcuffs so they wouldn't get shot. Quit whining about it. Nancy Grace doesn't hold back. She's something else.
You do not leave the inhabitants free to grab a gun and start shooting. So stop whining about that too. Combs is facing an indictment. I'm agreeing with you. This is a big deal. We're not reading the crop report for 2025. This tells me nobody is above the law.
Nobody.
Not even Combs.
No one is above the law, and really the chickens are coming home to roost. This really started.
The chickens are coming home to roost. No one is above the law. If you keep committing crimes and doing things, eventually you will get caught. If you keep trafficking young kids to the Virgin Islands and from Miami to New York to wherever, LA, you will get caught. Eventually you will get caught. If you keep having white parties and putting drugs in all of the drinks so people will pass out and wake up in the bed with the opposite, the same sex, and they may not want to. Now, if they want to, that's fine. But if they don't want to, you can't make them. And I like Puffy. I can't believe it. I liked him. But if this is true, this is just a hot mess. But everyone deserves their day in court. He is innocent until proof. He has not been arrested.
November, when ex-girlfriend Cassie filed that bombshell lawsuit, and she spilled the tea. And obviously Diddy settled it the following day, but really it was too little too late. Here's someone that was in a 10-year relationship with Diddy, and once she filed, she encouraged other alleged victims to come forward one after.
Once that Cassie lawsuit, he settled it like the next day. That was something else. Diddy father Melvin Combs must see TV. Don't disappoint. It's good. Oh, Well, where is it? A video? Somebody put the video link in the chat. I haven't heard about that.
And if you believe the reports, some of those victims are already cooperating with law enforcement. And we know that there's enough probable cause because a federal judge signed off on these 2 search warrants. So it's going to be interesting to see what evidence shows up in that return, what federal agents pull from those electronics, because that digital footprint, Nancy, I think that's going to be
a digital footprint. When you leave, that's like you all are commenting in my chat. You are creating a digital footprint that can be traced back to you if the FBI wanted to do so. I know you don't show your faces and you may have fake names, but if this laptop were to be seized, the FBI could find you. They could find anybody. People think they're hiding behind, avatars. They create fake pretty pictures of big voluptuous women and this, that, and the other, and think no. The FBI can find you. And if you commit certain crimes, if you come on here talking crazy, the FBI will find you. And sometimes you might have to call the FBI because people are just crazy. And they're weird.
that puts Diddy away.
I think you're right, because you can discount, I can't, but some people discount eyewitnesses and victims, but when you've got it on digital proof, it's hard to argue with that dynamite combination. You were just seeing Cassie Ventura, and she's not some parasite tick hanging on like some hoochie mama that's latched on to Sean P. Diddy Combs. She is a star in her own right. You saw her on album covers. One was A Long Way to Go. One was To Sing. There she is right there with Combs. Beautiful and talented. Now, hold on. I want to go straight out to Kella Brantley joining us, investigative reporter, dailymail.com. Kella, again, thank you for being with us. It did all get kicked off with Cassie Ventura's complaint. Explain.
Mm-hmm. It did.
Yeah, that was back in November, Nancy. Cassie Ventura, they dated for 10 years. She was actually 19 years.
Now, he dated this Cassie woman for 10 years. I didn't know he was dating nobody named Cassie. I thought he was so in love with Kim. When she passed, and that was a strange passing. She was a healthy, melanated queen woman, a black queen. Shout out to Omni, black queen. He likes to refer to women as black queens. She just suddenly passed. Had not been sick. But he was so in love with her. But he's had all of these other women. I think he left her at one point for J-Lo. He's always just had another woman. So how could he loved her shaking that she is gone now? Oh, he loved her now that she gone. Mm-hmm. I believe you.
And he was 37 at the time when they began their relationship.
Okay, wait, Kella. Let me allow that to soak in.
Yeah.
She was 19 and he was 37.
So someone just sent me a picture. So Melvin Earl Combs did it for, so he's deceased. Born April 15, 1938, deceased January 26, 1972. Okay. I have to try to get that together.
Say that.
Nearly 20 years her senior, yep.
Go ahead.
Not judging the relationship. Not yet, but she called the relationship abusive, controlling. She said that Diddy forced her to have sex with male prostitutes and watched and recorded it. And in addition to that, she said that he forced her to do drugs and so many horrific details there. And that went on for 10 years, and that it all culminated in 2018 when she tried to leave him. And she says that he came and raped her. Now, this is exactly the catalyst that sparked all of the other lawsuits. Now he's facing 5 lawsuits with a lot of similar stories from these alleged victims.
Kella Brantley, investigative reporter, dailymail.com, is exactly correct. New York, can I please see the copy we have? Look at this thing. It's huge, but significantly, what we've got highlighted for you, Cassie Ventura claims Combs Ventura in her home when she tried to leave him. Often punched.
So Nancy is showing documents, and that may be in the stuff I'm going to read, that Puffy raped Cassie when she tried to leave him. Puffy, if this is true, because this is alleged, okay, he has not been proven guilty in a court of law and all of that stuff. So this is still alleged. And a warning, some of the content may be gossip, hearsay, and rumors are simply exaggerated. Okay, but we're going to go back and listen to Nancy.
Kicked, stomped her, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. Blew up a man's car after Diddy Combs learned the man was romantically interested in Miss Ventura, forced her.
Blew up a car. P. Diddy blew up a car. Now, I find it hard to believe that somebody can literally blow up a car and get away with it. But hey, this is gossip. This is hearsay and rumors. I'm not going to get caught up in another lawsuit. This is here. Y'all see the sign?
The sex acts with male sex workers while and filming the encounter. Okay, yeah, that is a video. If it can be found, this jury will absolutely see. Comes and filming the encounters of Miss Ventura being forced into sex acts with male sex workers. That he ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rival industry exec, demanded Miss Ventura carry his firearm in her purse, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol.
I would delete every app on my phone for this. It's called Chatbot AI.
Well, they say that J-Lo carried a weapon for him at one point. I don't know.
I'm reading directly from her lawsuit. Now, remember, that is a private lawsuit. That is not a public government document. So you got to take everything that an ex claims against another ex with a box of salt. But wait a minute. Isn't it true, Kayla Brantley, that she sued him for about $30 million? And they settled. Combs actually paid her off to get rid of the lawsuit.
They settled. Yep, they settled the next day. As soon as the lawsuit was filed, the news broke. The next day, they settled the lawsuit for an undisclosed amount. She was seeking $30 million, but we don't know how much they actually settled for. Both of them came out with statements saying that they wanted to settle things privately. But in Diddy's
$30 million, my. It still wasn't worth the abuse. $30 million, if she had to endure the things she's saying, it was not worth it.
And he absolutely did not admit any fault. He said that this was handled privately and wanted to move on. He called the allegations baseless. And we've seen that pattern just now with the raids on his house.
Yeah, you're right. That's the same kind of thing they're claiming right now, Kayla Brand. Guys, this is just one of multiple lawsuits filed against Combs. Sean P. Diddy Combs, also known as Diddy, also known as Puffy. Let's think about this thing. Joining me is Shannon Henry. She is the president and founder of SASS Go, Surviving Assault, Standing Strong. It's a nonprofit. Shannon Henry, by the way, you can find her at sassgo.org. Shannon, thank you for being with us. There are multiple lawsuits, 5 that I can think of, against Combs, all claiming sex assault and forcing the victims into sex acts. Now, that's one thing, 5 claims. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kayla Brantley, because I've got a ton of documents and information I'm trying to absorb. But here's the thing, Shannon Henry. When you have one victim, it's easy for the defense to say, that's a he say, she say. Like, what is that, the defense? It's a he say, she say. Of course it is. But when you have two victims, then three, then four, then five, then is the jury supposed to believe they're all lying?
Sometimes, I mean, like she's saying, everyone can't be lying. Now, I'm just saying, everyone can't be lying. Now, these are people that are alive and giving their account. Now, if you just have somebody just coming up, just making up stuff that, saying, well, this is what I heard. No, this happened to them. So this is credible.
And he's the only one telling the truth. Actually, that worked in the Michael Jackson case, so it could work. But typically in front of juries, a group of victims, such as in Harvey Weinstein, such as in Jeffrey Epstein, such as Bill Cosby, what do you disbelieve?
One moment, guys. I got to go with my charger. My phone is about to go dead.
The cadre of victims and choose to believe the defendant?
Right. We're seeing a pattern of abuse. We're seeing a pattern of violence, and we're seeing it over and over again from each of these people that are coming forward. And listen, he's an equal opportunity abuser, whether it was an 11th grader, a college student, or it was one of his chefs. So many people have come forward, even the music producer, to complain about his behavior and the trafficking that is going on. And let's call it what it is. It is trafficking. It's a $150 billion industry. It is abuse and assault and stalking on steroids. And it's the second most profitable illegal business in the United States. And he's an active part of it.
You know what you're leaving out of your formula, Shannon? And everything you just said is correct, by the way. I remember my first human trafficking case. Then it was called statutory rape. The girl had just turned 14. I'm getting chills on my arm right now. And I looked and I looked and I looked for her. Couldn't find her. I went out every day. And I remember it was cold outside. And I was straight out of law school. I had no money. I had the thinnest coat ever. It was so cold. And we would look and look and look. Finally, I get a call at like 6 a.m. in the morning. I race to the location. It's a flop house. Then on Stewart Avenue, which was the avenue at the time for sex trade and drugs. And I went in where they said the girl was. I looked and there were like 5 women. I came out like, there's not a girl in there. Why did you get me here? I need to be at the courthouse. And they went, go back in. Look at the one in the white boots. I went back in. Shannon, this was a little girl. She had the fake hair, the fake eyelashes, the bustier.
I know these little girls. Hey, Blue. Hey, everybody. Welcome. April, Alec, Constanetta, Metro, Kizzy. Hey, Chubbs. How you doing? Welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by. We're just talking about P. Diddy, and I know you guys may have already heard this, but I don't know if you've heard Nancy Grace talking about it. Nancy Grace don't play. She keeps it 100. She's just gonna tell it like it is.
The mini skirt, such as it was, it didn't look anything like a 14-year-old little girl. She looked like a 35-year-old drug addict. Long story short, she's
saying a 14-year-old looks like a 35-year-old drug addict. Some of these men are such perverts. What makes a man want to touch on a little girl or a boy younger than
around and used and taken from one place to the next and had 15 to 20 men rape her a day? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And if these allegations are true, Shannon Henry, Combs is no better than those two pimps.
And I would even beg everyone to see, too, that there is an institution, a brand, if you will, of complicity that he's created around him, too, with his, I call them bodyguards. That's what the industry calls them. People that have watched this go on and been complicit in all of it. And
I try Metro, yeah. I tried. Listen, like she's saying, there's people just like that was around R. Kelly. There's people that have been around this man that knew what was going on. He couldn't do all of this by himself. He couldn't pull all of this by himself if this is true. He had people going out, getting people, soliciting young folks and bringing in the drugs and mixing and spiking the drinks. He had help. So all of them were just as guilty, in my opinion.
Did in ways by not acting and not responding on behalf of the victim and what they're seeing in front of them. If you don't hit a jackpot,
I want you to hear what the impetus was for this major, major search. And I'm telling you, to have HSI, Homeland Security investigators, roll up in front of Diddy's mansion and break in. They went armed. They went wearing body armor. They immediately subdued and handcuffed everyone in the home, as they should have, while simultaneously across the country, additional locations, venues connected to Sean P. Combs were searched and searched thoroughly. Take a listen to Sydney Sumner, Crime Online.
Before producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones' explosive lawsuit, 4 more alleged victims filed suit against Combs. The first came from an ex-girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie Ventura. Ventura claims in addition to physical abuse occurring throughout their decade-long on and off relationship, Combs coerced her to participate in what he called freak-offs, which involved Ventura having sex with male sex workers while Combs watched and took videos of the encounter. Combs also allegedly broke into Ventura's home and raped her after she broke off their relationship in 2018. 3 other lawsuits followed Ventura's. Joy Dickerson Neal claims Combs drugged her at a 1991 dinner date and later recorded himself her. Liza Gardner's suit alleges that Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall assaulted her and a friend at Hall's apartment when she was just 16 years old. An anonymous victim details a 2003 gang by Combs and 2 others at his New York filed. The remaining 4 complaining Sean Puffy Combs on Billboard, and you're seeing him on Rolling Stone. I mean, to Dr. John Delatorre, there he is on Forever. Estimated net worth over $1 billion. Dr. Delatorre, psychologist and mediator who specializes in forensic psychology. Dr. Delatorre, thank you for being with us. You know, this is what everybody is asking me, okay? And the reason I care what anybody says is going to be seated one day. You can't, like, wiggle out of a federal indictment if that happens. We asked the defense attorney on. He's like, no way. But I hope he joins us. So, you know, a lot of talk about how he was targeted, how he's not the target, yet his home was targeted, and blah, blah, blah. But when you get a federal indictment shoved up your rear end, it's kind of hard to get out of that with just talking. But this is what jurors may wonder, because this is what is being asked of me since the moment this hit the airwaves. Why would a guy worth over $1 billion bother to drug minors, some as young as 16 is the allegation, and video himself raping them, when he could have practically any woman he wanted that were after fame and fortune? Now, see, to me, I don't care, but a juror may wonder that. What about it, Delatorre?
Well, because he can. I mean, ultimately, this is about the thrill that he was getting by exploiting and embarrassing all of these individuals.
Thank you, for Patricia, for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
A lot of people talk about power and control, but these guys, you know, who like to do these kinds of abuses like to have the power and control. But it's more than that when it comes to Diddy. I mean, we see things about violence and drugs and guns. As was described earlier, he's an equal opportunity abuser. This is a guy who thinks money, power, respect is the be all end all, and that his word is the word that goes, and whatever it is that suits his fancy, that's what he's going to do. He's doing it because he has the money to do it, and he gets the thrill out of it. And this more.
So Nancy Grace asked a good question. I've often wondered that, like with R. Kelly. R. Kelly could have had any woman, I mean, pretty much any adult woman he wanted, you know, a single woman that whatever. Why do they want these little girls? Why would Puffy want to go and drug little girls and boys? Well, why would he want to do the things that he did when he could pretty much go and take that from grown consenting women? Folks they love Puff Daddy, Puff Daddy. Right? They did.
And is getting the thrill rather than just having someone just come up to him and offer themselves. There's no fun in that for him. He wants to bring down and embarrass. He wants to abuse. He wants to inflict pain on individuals.
Woo!
Okay, let me understand something, Dr. Delatorre, because obviously
he said there's no fun in Puffy getting women that, oh, Puffy, I love you, Puffy, take me, Puffy. Oh, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. No, he wants somebody that's like, don't want him, struggling, turning. You know, he was asking me, 50 Cent play. There was something I need to find. I don't know what I did with it, but 50. He offered to take 50 shopping. What did I do with that link? He offered to take 50 Cent shopping. 50 was like, what? He want to take me in shopping. Child, I guess when folk take you shopping, you got to give them something. One way or the other.
I've encountered it while prosecuting, but so the thrill is drugging someone and raping them while they're totally knocked out, like Cosby. That's the thrill.
That's the thrill. That's absolutely the thrill, especially if they're the ones that say no. The more they say no, the more they struggle against it, the harder that the abuser is going to go, the more thrill they get out of it.
That's freaky.
You know, I don't even like hearing you say that.
Me either, Nancy.
That's true.
I get it. And that's what's going to have to be explained.
I don't like hearing that either. The more you say no, the more they try and take it. No means no, men and women.
If this ever goes to a jury. Guys, in addition to investigative reporter Kayla Brantley, Shannon Henry from staff, Dr. Delatorre, and high-profile lawyer, former federal prosecutor Nima Romani. Oh, that reminds me of something, Nima. I was about to go to Barry Golden. Hold on, Barry. Former U.S. Marshal, and I'm telling you, they don't play. Nima, I was a Fed for 3 years, and I nearly jumped out of my skin because we would have, for instance, in a case I was working, we would have a whole room full of boxes of documents. And I'd be saying, well, when are we actually going to do something? When are we going to do the raid? When are we going to make the arrest? Because they're doing it right now. Why are we waiting? So I'm telling you, Nima, that the feds had some serious PC, probable cause, before they blast up in Combs' mansions.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And this is an investigation that's being run out of the Southern District of New York, probably the most prestigious prosecutor's office in the country. Yeah. They hire the brightest and the best. So just because the raids were executed in Los Angeles and Miami doesn't mean the investigation started here. It started in New York. So they know what they're doing. And you know, Nancy, the feds wait a case before they go in. They have the luxury of waiting, of interviewing those who execute a search warrant like this. Evidence starts to disappear. People may disappear. So this is the final step before people start getting arrested.
It's the culmination of months.
They said people start to disappear. You know, folks may get bought off. Some people will take the money and run, or some people literally just might get unalived.
Months of working,
allegedly,
if not longer. Cummins may have been on their radar for a while, but these lawsuits basically shamed the feds into doing something. They couldn't hold back anymore. And see, they've got what I don't have, and I pray for it, Nima, because it's bit me in the rear end many a time. I don't have patience because, see, I'm thinking, hey, while I'm waiting to do something, he may be molesting another girl. He may be drugging another girl. And see, I'm thinking that, but they think the long game. The feds think the long game, which is it's a fault of mine not to play the long game. But they're right. If you want to win, you play the long game and you get every T crossed, every I dotted, then you move. Bottom line, when they move on you, it's too late for you. You're dead. It's over because they got the goods on you. They're just not going to.
Bad boy, what you gonna do when they come for you? When they move on you, she say it's too late. Nancy say when they move, it's too late.
Things like this, unless they've got a lot of evidence. Guys, join me right now, a guy I know you want to hear from, former U.S. Marshal and owner now of Golden Consulting at golden-ci.com. Mary Golden, a significant portion of this case is criminal enterprise. Anybody jump in? We're not having high tea at Windsor Castle, please. Criminal enterprise, which means a plan. More than one person is involved. Even though this raid may have been sparked by multiple lawsuits against Combs, the feds have got to prove that there was a criminal enterprise and they're using claims of sex acts on other women, men in different states, traveling or moving the victims in order for them to have sex with Combs or other people. Explain why the aspect of exportation, in other words, movement, is important in this case.
Good morning, Nancy. How are you doing? Well, the conviction rate in the Southern District of Florida, I prosecuted cases through the U.S. Attorney's Office. The rate in the Southern District of Florida was 98%. So yes, you are right.
Ouch.
When they bring the federal government, the U.S. Attorney's Office brings an indictment, if they do, they have a lot of ammunition on you. As Nima just mentioned, that a federal judge already searches at the homes here in Miami and in New York. But yes, you're going to have numerous witnesses. I think that this case is going to still take a long time because you have so much evidence. You have to bring in all these people. Rodney Jones, he can only testify to what he witnessed and what happened to him. You have to bring in other witnesses that these alleged sex acts occurred with. So you're going to have to find these witnesses, interview these witnesses, bring them in, lock them into a statement months away from seeing an indictment. But there's so much information that you're looking at here. You just look at the civil complaint by Rodney Jones, and it's very long. There's so much information there. There are so many allegations. There's a lot of information, but, the HSI going in, the attorney was...
The nigga Puff was like, first he was amping him to get stopped. Then he was like...
You need a lot of manpower, and with the allegations of firearms being at that location.
Okay, we're gonna. That's enough, Nancy. Let me listen to what 50 Cent had to say. Then I gotta go to bed because I gotta go work in the morning.
It's like, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it? Like, we can just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
You're telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, why don't we go shopping or some shit? I mean, I'll pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just say? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga just told me he taking me shopping. And this is shit that goes on. So there's your little fruit pile. It's a fruit pile. Trust me. I see these little weird ass pictures and shit like that out there. Sitting out there for no reason. If you don't see accident pictures, you'll be like kissing niggas. Like that doesn't happen by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look, later you gonna find out a little shit that I'll be saying. You understand what I'm saying? Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you the truth. But the truth, sometimes it hurts. Right. It hurts people and they don't want to hear that shit. But I'm trying to tell you, nigga asked me, could he take me shopping? And it fucked me up because I'm looking like, what the fuck did this nigga just say? I want to take you shopping. I got a bankroll out this motherfucker. I want to take you shopping. Why? Because when you walk around looking so motherfucking good, I'm going to feel like, God damn it, that motherfucker with me. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But when a nigga tell me he want to take me shopping, what the fuck is the matter with this nigga?
Hold on. Well, where was this at? This was at the wedding. I'm beefing with Steve Stout and Puff is telling you he's going to take you shopping.
After the show's over. Swear to God,
everybody don't want to be at Chris Lady wedding right now. Everybody gonna be like, yo, I was there.
And I'm bugging because like while they was sitting there at the wedding, like I'm like this, look, because you know they both stay hit.
Right.
Both Stout and Puff.
Okay, yes, they hit.
They fucked the Veronica, the girl that Chris was married.
Whoa, this is awkward. We did not know that.
So I'm sitting there like, what the fuck kind of shit we got going on?
Oh man,
goddamn! Like my own little.
I guess our angel alert shit.
Cheers. I know you supposed to jump in like cheers.
I was befuddled, son.
God damn.
I'm still befuddled.
It is what it is now. You gave me alcohol. Listen.
Did we take that shot already?
No, but this is the kind of awkward shit that was going on at the same time. So I'm sitting there looking, going like, what the fuck is, okay, maybe this is one of those things where because I'm from the neighborhood.
Okay, I don't know why, it's moving slow. Let me play it over here.
The pop was like, yeah, like first he was there for him to get Stout. Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get a chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out. Nigga, we gotta go back in this park. Okay. He's telling me we gotta kick it and shit. Like, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I paid for it. I was like, fuck this nigga just trying to I got the fuck away from him. I was like, this nigga like the fucking you tell me he take me shopping. This is shit that goes on. But if you look for a fruit pie. See these little weird ass pictures and shit like that out there, sitting out there for no reason. You'll be like kissing me. Like that doesn't happen by accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you. Later you gonna find out a little shit that I'll be saying. You understand what I'm saying? Man, listen. I'm trying to tell you the truth. The truth, sometimes it hurts. Right. It hurts people and they don't want to hear that shit, but I'm trying to tell you, nigga asked me, could he take me shopping? And it fucked me up, and I'm looking like, what the fuck is this nigga just talking? I want to take you shopping. I want to take you shopping. Why? Because when you walk around looking so motherfucking good, I want to feel like, God damn it, that motherfucker with me. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But when a nigga tell me you want to take me shopping, what the fuck is the matter with this nigga? Hold on. Where is this at?
This is 50 Cent talking about Puffy. Y'all know 50 Cent. Go to his Instagram. He been on Puff. Oh, child. Real tough. He been on Puff. Real tough.
Everybody gonna want to be at Chris Lady wedding right now. Everybody gonna be like, yo, I'm here. Well, I'm bugging because while they was sitting there at the wedding, like I'm like this, look, because you know they both stay hit. Right. Both Stout and Puff. Okay, yes, they fucked the Veronica, the girl that Chris was married. Whoa, this is awkward. We did not know that. So I'm sitting there like, what the shit we got going on? Oh man, goddamn. Like my own angel alert shit. I know, when you want to jump in, you can't get it. I was a follower, son.
This says a drunk 50 Cent roast Diddy. 50 was tipsy, but you know they say when you're tipsy, you tell the truth. You tell what you really, or you tell how you really feel. Because sometimes drunk folk will lie.
Listen. Did we take that shot right now? Yeah. This is the kind of all the shit that was going on at the same time. So I'm sitting there looking, going like, what the fuck is, okay, maybe this is one of those things where because I'm from the neighborhood, I don't understand what's really going on, right? And it was his own little thing, like, couldn't give a fuck. I think it was have everybody here so they know I'm secure. And I don't care about none of this shit. And it's like, and I'm going through my own little feelings. Right. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't know how that works. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like that's what happened. And it was like I'm sitting there, I'm like, that was her get that. And that was her type. You know what I'm saying? Like executive type, like you want to tell me you went to school and shit like that. You better tell me you got no gag reflex.
So I'm gonna bring it serious. One question, and we're gonna move on from that. But Chris basically managed you your whole career. Yeah. Chris managed me basically my whole career. I'm sorry to ask the question, but we're gonna go back to Chris. Do you think he committed suicide?
No, I don't believe that.
So,
I don't believe he could. So
what do you believe? Because you hired an investigator?
Yeah, I hired investigators for it because I didn't believe like consistently.
Yeah.
I did that, you know what I'm saying? Because her and her his mother and his family, his brothers and them didn't believe in that, so I paid for it. But
but you personally, what do you believe?
Not like I spoke to him right before
the day, the same day or the day before you?
The night before, it was like he was still under the weather. Like he's still under the weather. He was went to the doctor and came out. He was like talking real low and shit. I was in my haircut. And we was talking on the FaceTime shit, so you don't have to. It's long distance. I was in Germany at the
So I guess that was the end of the roast that he was doing. On P. Diddy. I don't know why my computer moving slow. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go back to Nancy while I do this.
Know how someone's going to react when, as a federal agent, you come in there and you take control of their residence. You don't know how they're going to react. So you have to have a lot of manpower and a lot of bodies to secure that location so a search can be conducted. So they had to go.
Put him up, please. Hey. Barry Golden, I got one word for you.
Yes.
Waco.
I do.
Yes. Koresh gets all of his followers who are many of them molesting little girls in their religion, and they fire on the feds and everything goes wild. And I still remember seeing the video of the flames and the standoff and the shootout when feds moved in. And I got to tell you something. I've been on many searches and arrests pursuant to warrant, of course, and people don't take to it very kindly, and they can see going on to Kilbrand's alleged drug mule was arrested at the Miami airport. At the same time, Combs's rapper sons were put in cuffs during the raid on the mansions. Who is the alleged drug mule? It's very significant because the feds are going to be looking for witnesses, and this alleged mule could do life in max, or he could rat out Combs. What do you think he's going to do? Tell me about the drug mule. the alleged drug mule. Brandon Paul, age 25.
Yeah, so 25-year-old.
Patricia, thank you for the cash app. I certainly do appreciate it. Okay, I do appreciate the gift. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on, I hadn't played this in a while. I want to thank you for that cash app. Yes, I do. Thank you, everyone that support. Oh, my computer done went dead. Is my computer dead? Okay, I'm back. I don't know what's wrong with this computer. It's moving so slow. It's moving so slow. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
What's good, PP? I see you out there.
Okay, let me get back to what I was doing. Hey, Gears.
And then Paul, he was arrested Monday as these raids went on. He was arrested at a Miami airport, and he was about to board Combs' plane to what was believed to be going to the Caribbean. Now, when the authorities checked his bags, they found cocaine and laced candy. And so they arrested him for that. They said that it's not an arrest directly involved in the raids. However, Homeland Security did send officers there to check out Combs' plane. Now, this was a guy from Ohio. He played college basketball. We're not exactly sure how he became involved with Diddy, but according to the lawsuit filed last month from producer Little Rod, he was Diddy's alleged drug mule.
Okay, so now we're looking at sex trafficking. And to you, Shannon Henry, to make out, joining us from SAS, which is Surviving Assault, Standing Strong, to make out.
Okay, so here we have, hold on, guys. Like I said, my computer, I'm going to have to reboot this computer because it is slow. Extremely slow. So this is 50 Cent's Instagram account. Yes, it is, honey. Let's see what he just have all kind of stuff on his Instagram. Let's see what this says.
I was personally disturbed many years ago. Okay, I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor. Yeah. And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern. Yeah. And I have never talked about this publicly, and he said yes, and they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever, and then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it. Yeah. And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say. Yeah. And I'm like, why did it end? He wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this is a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended. I was personally disturbed many years ago. Okay, I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor. Yeah. And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern. Yeah. And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said yes. And they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped.
So that is Torrey. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's saying that one of his relatives was a intern at 50. I'm sure you guys have already heard this. I know I'm behind. 50, it said 50 Cent says, so he didn't give up the bond. He got fired. Ex-worker. Oh my. It's better to be 50's friend than his enemy. Eminem. Oh my goodness, child. Woo. Let me see what else 50 got on here. You know, 50 be having some. Let me see what else he got. My computer moving so slow. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow. Well, I don't know about tomorrow. I'll take that back. 50 Cent reportedly seeking sole custody of son after ex Daphne Joy was accused of being Diddy's sex worker. It is what it is. See you in family courts. Sex worker. He got a baby mama. This is still the mother of your child. Dragging her in public is not the right thing to do. Think about how your child will feel. This is still his or her mother. So please just wash the family laundry in private. Well, honey, if she was a sex worker, so this is what they're talking about. 50 Cent. So I didn't know if they was talking about 50 Cent and P. Diddy had a baby mama together. I didn't know what was going on. See how behind I am? So, and my computer is just messed up. It's just messed up. I'm gonna get off of here because it's messed up. Yep, it's messed up. All right, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'm gonna take my computer to the computer doctor. Y'all have a good night.